Hello everyone, it is MisterStubstep, and today I'll be going over Roaring Skies. And this will be a value discussion, and this is a set within the X and Y series of sets. So like always, down below I will have timestamps to go to whatever section you're actually here for, also a link to this Google Sheet, also a link to the playlist containing all my other value discussions on a multitude of sets, including all the sets from Sun and Moon, sets in Sword and Shield up to Darkness Ablaze, and then all the X and Y sets up to Roaring Skies. I'm currently working on the X and Y series of sets, so those are the sets that you'll see in the near future from me as far as set discussions. So, starting out with some administrative information, we have a release date of May 5th, 2015, with a base card total of 108, secret rare total of 2, which I think this is a very reasonably sized set, you know? It's big enough to where you're not getting like the same cards every freaking pack, but then it's also not so large where getting a master set of it just seems like an impossibility, at least, for a reasonable price. The spreadsheet is as of 27 March, so this should be posting on Wednesday, which is, let me check the calendar. Is it the 31st or is it the 1st? Yeah, the 31st of March. I also have some color coordination for your information. Going down the columns, the card is pretty self-explanatory. If it's in red, I will be talking about it, so this just keeps me in line so I don't ramble on about cards that I really shouldn't be talking about. If it's italicized, I actually have that card in my collection. And yeah, for rarity, very self-explanatory. The raw and TCG player, that price, I only do cards that are worth over $1, so I'm not doing like every single card in a set. And this price is the marketplace price on TCG player rounded down to the nearest dollar. For grade, I try to find a PSA 10 because whether you like it or not, PSA is still the most common or frequently used grading company for Pokemon cards. And I try to find PSA 10. If I can't find a PSA 10, then I get to as close to that as possible. By the way, if you say CI, that means it's cracked ice, and if you see R, that means it's the reverse hollow. Sold price is the last sold price on eBay, rounded up to the nearest dollar, not including shipping. And then date of sale is when it was sold, or basically when that listing ended or when it was sold. And there's really no way for me to confirm whether or not these were paid for, but generally if I see a listing and then it's relisted immediately afterwards, then it probably wasn't paid for. But yeah. And then if it's been sold recently, then it's probably a more popular card or just very common. And then if it hasn't been sold in a while, either people aren't looking for it or it's just that rare. And then PSA 10 population, the number on the left is the number of PSA 10s, and the number on the right is the number of like total registered with PSA, so not including any of the grading companies. All right, so now we can begin going down the list. We're starting out with a regular rare Articuno, but the price for it on TCG Player is $1, but I specifically found the cracked ice version, which came from a theme deck, and that in a 10 sold for $100, which is not too bad. That's why I figured I'd include it. Only 2 out of 3 got a 10, so 66% got a 10, not bad. Good start. All right, we have the Latios EX. I personally am more of a fan of Latios, but Latios is really cool too. PSA 10, $105. And we're kind of continuing the trend that we've seen in XY sets where the printing quality is just not that good, or people just weren't grading cards during this time, and then by the time they did send their cards in for grading, they were already like kind of handled and played a little bit. So I don't know the truth behind that, but just looking at these, it doesn't look like very good condition, because I know in Sun and Moon, the average was like 50 to 70% would get 10s, and if it was below 50%, it was like really bad, and there's like barely anything over 50% in X and Y, at least so far. We have the Rayquaza EX, so there's a bunch of Rayquaza cards within this set. If you want to remember this set, Roaring Skies, just remember that it's the Rayquaza set. Bunch of Rayquazas. So we have the Rayquaza EX 75, so there's 2 artworks for the regular EX. I have the 60, which unfortunately didn't sell for as much as the 75 at $260 in a PSA 10. And there's 44 of them, so, relatively speaking to other sets, these are very small amounts, but then again, these aren't sets that people are fighting tooth and nail over. But Rayquaza is a very popular Pokemon, legendary, box legendary for Emerald, and it's one of my favorite legendaries. I mean, it's a green snake-like dragon, like that's pretty cool. We have Mega Glade EX Full Art, PSA 10, $200. I think this is a pretty cool artwork. Usually the Mega EX Full Arts, there's just so much going on, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like just calm down card. But this one, I like this one. 18 out of 82, so pretty low population. The Shaman EX sold for $200 in a PSA 10. Less than, 30% or 33% at least for grading a 10. And this is the card that way back when was like that super competitive card. It would sell for so much rare, raw, like ungraded. I wasn't playing during this time or collecting during this time, but I've just heard so much about it. And, you know, I watched some YouTubers that have been in it for a while, and they talk very highly of how this card used to be. And, I mean, Shaman, not really my favorite mythical. I do like Grass, but this one's just not my favorite. Latios EX Full Art, beautiful card, $325 in a PSA 10, only 19 10s. Very nice card. We got the Hydreigon EX Full Art. I'm curious if you guys are a fan of Hydreigon. It's another part of that pseudo-legendary, you know, 600 base stat dragon Pokemon category. And sold for $200 in PSA 10. I think it's a good-looking card. 12 out of 71. Not bad. I don't know, just the XY Full Arts, especially the Pokemon, some of the trainers, you know, I don't really like the trainers too much in this set, but the Pokemon, they just have like some character about them that I can't explain. I don't know. We have the Mega Latios EX Full Art, $125 in a PSA 10. So it didn't do as well as the regular Latios EX, which I find interesting, but I think it kind of is because that there's just like a lot going on sometimes with the Mega EX cards. We have the Mega Rayquaza EX number 76, $225 in a PSA 10. Not bad. The Shaman EX Full Art. This was probably the one that everybody had, you know, to bling out their decks. 39 out of 193. Very poor ratio on grading 10s. And it's up there for one of the highest, or like the most graded cards within this set. Like the highest quantity of cards. We have the Wally Full Art. I like Wally as a character. You know, Ralts evolves into my favorite Pokemon. He's kind of a pushover. He does get stronger over time. I don't know, but I don't really like this card of him. I just don't. $250 in a PSA 10. Winona Full Art. You know, normally you'd think the female trainers, the waifus, whatever you want to call them, would do like a little bit better. Well, actually, $250 is very respectable. But I don't really like this Full Art trainer either. I think there's better Full Art trainers within X and Y, especially female Full Art trainers. Winona, the flying trainer from Gen 3, it's all right. 16 PSA 10s, though. Very low population. We have the Versus Seeker, another super playable card. It just never gets old. It's a timeless card. PSA 10, $100. Not bad. Yeah, the two secret rares within this set are trainer cards, so kind of lackluster in that regard if you don't like trainers, for like collecting at least. Poor ratio on that one as well for 10s. Mega Rayquaza EX61 sold for $275. Not bad, not bad. Rayquaza EX Full Art. Oh, man. Sometimes these Full Arts they just hit in a different way. $685 in a 10. And there's so many Rayquaza cards within this set and in general. You would think Rayquaza, you know, it would just get overwhelming or diluted, but no. Just like Charizard and Lugia. I would definitely Charizard, definitely Lugia, and then I don't know what would come third. Could you rate Rayquaza? I don't know. There's not a lot of Deoxys cards. I don't know. 20 out of 128, very poor ratio for grading on that one. The Full Art, it just has a lot of potential. Full Art cards in general have a lot of potential for flaws. And then finishing us up, Mega Rayquaza EX Full Art, $525, very respectable price. Sold very recently, 61 out of 298, and it is the most graded card within this set. So yeah, I'm curious at what your favorite card within this set is. All right, so some tidbits at the bottom. I took out Double Crisis because it doesn't fit with these other sets. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you're a huge Double Crisis fan, but I had to take it out. So average EX, actually not too bad. The second highest after Flash Fire, so not bad. Full Arts, actually one of the lower ones, but it does beat out Flash Fire. And then average Secret Rares, because it does have the Secret Rare energies, it brings it down quite a bit. But it does have 29 cards over $1, which is only second to Primal Clash. So, overall, besides Flash Fire, I would put Roaring Skies definitely up there as far as collectability. It's a nice set. It was plagued for a while with not being printed enough, and everybody wanted the Shaman cards, and it was just so expensive. And then Roaring Skies did have a ton of reprints. So the booster boxes actually came down to not too bad of a price. As you can see here, some prices. A Master Set sold recently for $360 on 20 March, so very recent. $360. Very affordable. Cheaper than the booster box. An Elite Trainer box. Of course, the Elite Trainer boxes didn't get, not remade, reprinted. So there it is, $1,100. This is a really cool Elite Trainer box, though. I really wish I would have grabbed one of these. Really cool looking Elite Trainer box. Booster pack, only $9. A little under $10. Not too bad. I mean, it's not a super old set. You know, I guess in May it would be 6 years old, but wow, that's crazy. And then the booster box, a little under $500. So not too bad. You know, I mean, it's expensive, but for being 6 years old, like, that's not bad, you know? That's not bad at all. I mean, especially with some of these Sun and Moon sets shooting up to these prices and more. It's something else. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have for this set. I like X and Y. It's, you know, short and to the point. I have some collectability tiers I'll go over really quick. So starting out with the low tier, we have the Rayquaza EX number 75. We have the Wally and Winona Full Arts. We have the Mega Rayquaza EX 61 and the 76. We have the Shaman EX, just the regular one, the Mega Gallade EX Full Art, and then the Hydreigon EX Full Art. The Gallade and the Hydreigon I kind of snuck in there because I kind of like them. I do like Gardevoir more than Gallade, but I still like they need to get some love. I think people like them. And then for mid-tier collectability within the set, so getting a little bit better, we have the Latios EX Full Art and the Shaman EX Full Art. I think they're just great-looking cards, and I think a lot of people just have a special history with the Shaman card in particular. And then, of course, the big bangers within this set, you got the Rayquaza and the Mega Rayquaza EX Full Arts. Of course, it was pretty obvious that these were going to take the crown. Rayquaza featured on the boxes and the pack art and all that, so yeah, let me know what you guys think. Hopefully this is a slightly quicker video. If this is your second video of mine, consider subscribing. If you like what you saw, leave a like. If you don't like what you saw, give me some feedback down below or leave me a dislike. But yeah, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to check the description down below for any other extra stuff that you want to check out. And I look forward to seeing you guys again. Tomorrow I should have a TCG player video, which apparently a lot of you guys like, so something to look forward to. You guys have a good one.